Kanye West's wax figure has been removed from public view at Madame Tussauds after a string of brands severed ties with him amid his anti-Semitism scandal. The museum chain confirmed that the wax model of the rapper, 45, who has changed his name to Ye, has been moved to an archive and out of the public display. It comes after Adidas, Gap and Balenciaga ended their partnerships with Kanye and he dropped off the Forbes billionaire list after his controversial remarks, including claims that slavery is a choice. Madame Tussauds London said every person earns their place at the popular tourist attraction as they confirmed that Kanye's figure had been retired. A spokeswoman for the museum said, "Yes, Kanye West's figure has been retired from the attraction floor to our archive. Each profile earns their place at Madame Tussauds London and we listen to our guests and the public on who they expect to see at the attraction." The figurine was originally launched in the museum in 2015 alongside a waxwork of his then-wife Kim Kardashian. It comes amid the fallout from Kanye's increasingly controversial scandals and his outbursts on social media, which has seen brands cut ties with him and him drop of the Forbes rich list. After shocking the world with a series of outbursts on social media in which he made anti-Semitic comments, Kanye, who revealed his bipolar disorder diagnosis in 2018, has seen his lucrative business partnerships ended. The rapper, who was hospitalized for a psychiatric emergency in 2016, has been no stranger to scandal throughout his career, which has been marred by infamous public feuds with the likes of singer Taylor Swift, rapper Drake. Kanye has lost the support of many fans over the years for his troubling comments, including claiming that slavery is a choice, and insisting George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose and was not murdered by Minneapolis cop Derek Chauvin. Now, Kanye has seen his business partnerships with the likes of Gap and Balenciaga ended over the past week amid his anti-Semitism scandal. The rapper sparked global outrage after he tweeted on October 8, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight but when I wake up I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda." The rapper was asked by Piers Morgan on Wednesday if he regretted the tweet and he said, "No, absolutely not, absolutely not. I fought fire with fire, I'm not here to get hosed down, that's a different type of freedom fighter." He later clarified, "I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt," he said. "I feel like I cause hurt and confusion, and am sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through and that I use my platform where you say, hurt people, and I was hurt." His name further made headlines over the weekend after a group took to the 405 freeway in Los Angeles saluting Adolf Hitler with banners that read, "Kanye is right about the Jews and honk if you know." In the past few days, his ex-wife Kim, 42, and members of her family have called for an end to the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards the Jewish community. On October 3, he and conservative commentator Candace Owens also donned tops that read "White Lives Matter" during a Paris Fashion Week showcase for his Yeezy line. The musician is facing backlash like never before after being dropped by top talent agency CAA and Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez. Elsewhere, Fashion Bible Vogue has decided not to work with him in the future as more and more influential figures and businesses chose to distance themselves from the fashion designer. Footwear retailer Foot Locker has become the latest company to sever ties with Kanye West amid the backlash against his recent anti-Semitic remarks in the latest blow to his multi-billion-dollar fortune. A spokesperson for Foot Locker said that while the company remains a partner with Adidas and carry a wide assortment of their collections, we will not be supporting any future Yeezy product drops, and we have instructed our retail operators to pull any existing product from our shelves and digital sites. Since his remarks across social media, including a tweet declaring he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, Ye has lost a string of lucrative, high-profile partnerships. German sportswear giant Adidas on Tuesday ended a partnership estimated to be worth more than $1.5 billion in total, including royalty payments and other fees. The termination of the deal has knocked Ye out of the billionaire ranks, according to wealth tracker Forbes. He had been ranked earlier this year at number 1,513 on Forbes' rich list, valued at $2 billion, £1.5 billion, due to his fashion brands and deal with Adidas. But Forbes now estimates that his value is £349 million, $400 million, stemming from real estate, cash, his music catalog, and a 5% stake in ex-wife Kim Kardashian shapewear firm, Skims. But as corporations around the world break off deals with Ye, music streaming service Spotify said it would not remove the rapper's music unless his label requested it. Spotify chief executive Daniel Ek also told news agency Reuters that while Kanye's comments were awful, his music would stay on the platform. He added that it would be the decision of the rapper's label, Universal Music's Def Jam label, to pull the content if they were compelled to. "It's really just his music, and his music doesn't violate our policy," said Ek, adding, "It's up to his label, if they want to take action or not." Universal Music's Def Jam label, which owns the copyright to West's recordings from 2002 through 2016, and continued distributing his releases until last year, issued a statement condemning Ye's remarks. It said, "There is no place for anti-Semitism in our society." But the label has not asked for the removal of Ye's recordings, many of which are critically acclaimed works. Questions over whether Spotify would pull Ye's music come after Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel called for major streaming services to end their business relationships with Ye after the rapper promoted anti-Semitic conspiracy theories in interviews and on social media. Spotify, however, has faced backlash when it punished musicians for their personal misconduct. The streaming service removed R. Kelly's music from its playlists and recommendations in 2018 following allegations of sexual misconduct. It walked back the policy after other artists threatened boycotts, giving users a mute button to block particular artists, instead. If Ye's label asks for the rapper's catalog to be removed, Ek said, "Obviously we'll respect their wishes." Though his music remains on Spotify for now, Ye could lose his billionaire status after being dropped by Adidas. The rapper's $220 million annual deal with the German sports brand, which is worth $1.5 billion in total, was terminated yesterday after his controversial behavior, a decision taken after the deal was placed under review earlier this month following efforts to privately resolve the situation. Gap and Kanye ended their partnership in September, but the clothing brand is now actively clearing its stores of Yeezy merchandise. European fashion house Balenciaga also cut ties with Ye. The deals were estimated to be worth $970 million over 10 years. It also emerged on Monday that the rapper was dropped by Camille Vasquez, the attorney who defended Johnny Depp in the Amber Heard defamation trial, as well as top talent agency CAA. a source for the New York Post claimed, after Ye doubled down on anti-Semitic comments this weekend. Camille dropped him. The firm still wanted to make it work, but on the condition he retract. He wouldn't, so he fired them. CAA cut ties with Ye at some point in the past month, according to the LA Times, after he made the anti-Semitic remarks. Meanwhile, production studio MRC also announced on Monday they are shelving a documentary they made about the 45-year-old rapper. MRC studio executives Moti Wajcicki, Asif Satchu and Scott Tenley announced in a memo Monday, "We cannot support any content that amplifies his platform." Ye earlier this year hit out at several brands with which he was affiliated, accusing them of not fulfilling certain contractual arrangements. In now deleted Instagram posts, the multiple Grammy Award-winning artist accused Adidas and U.S. apparel retailer Gap Incorporated of failing to build contractually promised permanent stores for products from his Yeezy fashion line. On Monday, Ye seemingly doubled down on anti-Semitic rhetoric in a 2-hour and 26-minute interview with podcast host Lex Fridman, a Russian-American computer scientist who is also Jewish. Ye blamed Jewish people for his mental health problems, and claimed Jews control the media. He told Friedman, "We are still in the Holocaust." A Jewish friend of mine said, "Go visit the Holocaust Museum," and my response was, "Let's visit our Holocaust Museum, Planned Parenthood." 50% today of Black people's deaths today is abortion. It's not racism, that's too wide of a term. It's genocide and population control that Black people are in today in America, that is promoted by the music and the media that Black people make, that Jewish record labels get paid off of. Friedman challenged Ye on his claim of Jewish control of media and industry. "I grew up in the Soviet Union," Friedman said. "I'm Jewish, parts of my family perished in the Holocaust of Nazi Germany, I have to push back." "When you say Jewish media, Therese, an echo of a pain that people feel." The rapper replied, "You're saying it's redundant, right? If Jewish people would accept that I'm a Jew, they'd hear it in a different way." Friedman said, "The right thing is not to say Therese Jewish control of the media." Ye yelled, "That's incorrect though, that's a lie. There is. And they did come and bully me and prove the point." He claimed his own mental health disorder was the result of a Jewish conspiracy. "There was a Jewish trainer that brought me to the hospital, and put in the press that I went to the hospital. A Jewish doctor that diagnosed me." Friedman replied, "Why do you keep saying Jewish?" Ye said, "Because they were. Diagnosed me with bipolar disorder and shot me with medication. Then put it in the press."